The group that I probably play the most with is the Dugan Irby Band. So Dugan Irby just graduated from Bighorn High last year, and he has got a phenomenal voice and playing ability. I've played with Terry Garrison and other people in town, which is a little more jazz. One that I play in a lot here is Rick Geisler and the Band of Outlaws. I play in another group called the Reverent Blues, which is Kevin Jones and Nick Angeloff, and we're all pastors. So that's where, hence Reverend. I enjoy playing a variety of things, and so in some of those groups I get to solo more. Some of those groups we play my music and stuff, more of the jazz and fusion thing. In other groups I play more of a role of playing what a bass player would do, and so the variety is really enjoyable, and I really do enjoy all those different styles of music, which is a pretty big spectrum of that. So I have a very diverse, enjoyment of music, and so usually when people figure out how old I am, they think I'm just into classic rock or something. And I appreciate that. I'm not bashing on that at all, but it's not what I like. I like a big variety. So, in the mid-70s, late 70s, I had a cousin that was about 10 years older than me that when I was in grade school gave me a mixtape, a cassette tape with things like From Three Dog Night and Worst of the Jefferson Airplane. So in third grade, I was exposed to music that most kids weren't. A lot of people think that I probably started as a kid, but I didn't. When I went to college back in the fall of 1977, across the hall were two hippie guys from California, the Kunkel brothers, Brad and Bruce, and they played in a progressive rock band on campus. I've always appreciated music, but I was really intrigued with the sounds and everything that they were doing, and Bruce played the bass, and I really liked the tone and the sound of the bass. So I said, that's interesting, and I said, maybe I could do that. And he said, oh yeah, here, play, and take my bass, go to your room, and if you want, or play in here. And very intrigued with that, got into the playing end of it and everything, and my dad bought me a bass over the summer, and I just played a lot. Went into the fall semester, and I almost flunked out of college because I would literally wake up in the morning and start playing, and my cousin would come back at 4 o'clock and say, hey, go for supper here in a little bit, and I'd be kind of spacey, and he says, have you been playing here all day? And I said, I think so. And so I literally, for the first year, could easily have played like 6 to 8 hours a day. And so I listened, this was back in the LP time, so you could take a record and it had a 33 RPM and a 16, which dropped it in half. So you could play that slow, and it was an octave down, but you could learn the parts and then speed it back up and play it accordingly. So that was kind of the way I learned. Big shout out to Bonnie Wallace at Bighorn Y, big supporter of music, and I know there's a lot of other venues in town, but I want to specifically mention to her because she is really creating a great music scene out there, and I really like that.